Hello family and friends and fellow YouTubers, it's Kim here from Kim's Country Corner, and I am out at the Hancock Homestead. I've been out here helping John, and I'm still here. And this morning I thought that I would take advantage of the cooler weather in the mornings and work in the cottage garden. Yeah, it's very weedy through here. And what I eventually want to do later in the month, closer to October, is cut everything back and then lay down either newspaper or cardboard and mulch. But I do know that it needs a really good weeding. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on this morning. And I don't know how much talking I'll do because I really have a lot of work to do. I haven't really shown you guys the cottage garden this year. I haven't been doing the monthly walk-arounds this year. I hope to get back to that, but it's just been a really odd year. It's been a good year, but it's just been a really odd year because I've been gone a lot. I haven't really been out here at the homestead very much up until August and September. Because, I mean, I've told you guys this before, but during March, April, May, I was down at my brother's. All of June, I was up at the senior housing, working on the south garden up there, and my garden up there. And then during July, John and I did a lot of traveling. We went to Texas to see our son. We went out to Colorado and Wyoming to visit family and to see some of the national parks. And so July was very busy. In August we went to the state fair, and it's just, I haven't been here that much to keep on top of things and to do the walk-arounds. And then when I came back out here at the end of August and during September, you know, helping to take care of John and just do daily household tasks. And so my cottage garden has kind of been put on the side burner or the back burner this year because I've been concentrating on other things. But it is still here. We have gotten a lot of nice blooms. The sunflower was beautiful. I'll try to remember to put a clip in it. The zinnias were nice this year. My coneflowers all came up and bloomed. They were beautiful. The bee balm did a nice job this year. This one butterfly bush over here, I don't know what happened to it, but it did not hardly grow or bloom at all. So I don't know whether it just had an off year or whether it might actually be dying and I'll need to replace it. It seems like everything down on this west end does better, and I think it's because the soil down there has been built up more than what it has up here. This garden is at a extreme slope. In fact, it's built on the side of a hill, and that part down there was much lower. And John and I worked with loads of topsoil from out in the fields, and then adding just regular garden soil and compost over the years. We have built up that side to kind of make this even. So that side down there, it has much better soil than up here. This up here is more hard and condensed and clay-like because of the well. When they put the well in, of course, they surrounded it with clay. And I think that clay has eventually drained down to this upper east side here. But I can get some things to grow and then some things don't do as well. But anyway, I'm rambling again. I'm going to start working, and we'll just see what we get done today. Okay friends, so I think I found all the tools that I need to work on the cottage garden. But before I get started, I just wanted to share with you my new pruning shears. Now I've already put them to use, but they're new this year. So yeah, so John bought me a pair of pruning shears, and he actually bought me 2 pairs. He bought me a pair I could keep here at the homestead, and then he also bought me a pair for up in town because he knows I'm working on a garden up there. So even though John's quiet and you don't always know what he's thinking or if he's listening, he does. He does care and he does listen, and so thank you, John, for my new pruning shears. Alright, so let's put them to use today. They've already been put to use this summer, but let's put them to use today. Alright, so the first thing to go is going to be this big sunflower back here. It was a beautiful sunflower. I'll try to remember to put a picture in so that you guys can see it, because like I said, I really didn't show you much of my cottage garden this year. But anyway, it was beautiful, but now it's past its time, and the birds have pretty much picked it clean of what seeds were on it. So I'm going to go ahead and take it down. And actually, I'm not even going to need the pruning shears because that one just broke right off. So they're so dry that I think they're going to just break down at the base, and I can just get them out that way. Yep. All right. Okay, friends, I'm going to get rid of this wheelbarrow full, and then I'll be back to finish some more. But these These need to go so I have room for other weeds. Most of that's that big sunflower. Okay friends, so my coneflowers down here, they did do a nice job this year, and I have been kind of cutting them back when I think about it. But they're ready. See, they're already seeding, but that's good. I'm letting them seed so that maybe next year I'll have even more. Those back there did well. But I want to talk about my zinnias. I love zinnias. And the reason I love them is because depending on when you plant them, and I usually try to plant them as soon as I can, they will bloom all season long, from late spring, early summer, all the way up until frost, which for us is around the middle of October. But just all summer long, you have these beautiful flowers. And up here in the cottage garden, I tried to stick to the single color of red, which is another nice thing about zinnias, is you can buy them in packs of single colors. A lot of times I'll see reds and purples and yellows mostly, but you can buy them in single colors, and then also you can buy them in multi-packs. And they are an annual, so you do have to plant them every year, but let me tell you, they give you the bang for your money. And you can buy them in different sizes. These are the giants, and you can also buy the petite, the little ones. And I like to buy the giants and kind of stick them in corners, and they just perform so well. And you know, a pack of seeds is, you know, maybe $1.50, $2 nowadays, but you really get the bang for your money. And so yeah, my zinnias are still holding strong, so I won't do anything with them. I'm going to weed around them, but I won't do anything with them. Here's the butterfly bush I was telling you guys about. This is all I got. Now you can see that it still does have some green leaves on it, but I got 1, 2, 3, 4 straggly little stems. Not very tall, not very flowery. I mean, if I can find a picture, I might put it in here from last year. But last year, it got as tall as the fence. This year, it didn't do anything. So I don't know what's up with that. But, you know, all the rest of the flowers did well. I just didn't get out here to film them. Here's my bee balm coming up. It needs to be, you know, cut back later. My coneflowers did well. The irises and the lilies did well. You can't tell now because of all the weeds, but they, you know, I had a good garden this year. No complaints except for the one butterfly bush. But now it's time to, you know, get it ready to sleep for the winter and to get rid of the weeds. See, that butterfly bush over there was as tall as this one. But this year, it just did not perform. So I don't know what's up with it. It might have to be replaced. It might have to be replaced in the spring. But this one did well. So, and then see, I've got zinnias tucked back in there. They just always add that nice color. Yeah, everything did well. I did have a hollyhock come up. It did not bloom. It did come up, but now it's just a weedy mess back there. These weeds, if my flowers would grow as well as the weeds do, oh, I'd have a beautiful garden. I mean, I think I still do have a beautiful garden, but yeah, I mean, these weeds just like pop up everywhere. Gotta get that out. So anyway, I'm going to be working on these weeds today. All right, let's go back over here and put you guys on the tripod so I can get busy. I may not get both sides done today. Just depends on how tired I get. Anyway, but we'll at least do this east side. knocking some of the seeds out, these seed heads over here, where I cut them back. See, it does look much better. It does look much better since I got some of the tall grasses out. And now what I'll do is I'll go over it with my battery operated cultivator, my Black & Decker cultivator, and grind up the soil even more and get rid of even more weeds. And then I will put down newspaper and cardboard. And I don't know if you can see, but this spring I knew I wasn't going to have anything in here. So I did put down some cardboard and then I put straw on top of it. But I have learned that I cannot use straw as a mulch because Paulo thinks that that means I've made a bed for him. So wherever there is straw, he lays. You know, and I you know, it's hard to explain to him, okay, this straw's okay under your porch and out in the barn, but the straw in my garden is not okay. So I'm just going to go to using wood chips. Around the perennials here, I will use newspaper, but then back here in the back, where there's a big spot and I don't have perennials growing, I just kind of put annuals back in there, then that's where I will use the cardboard. Okay? And then, like, see, back in here is where those vines are at. And like I said, I had put down some cardboard with straw, and Paulo would come back here and lay. He would just think, oh, she made a bed for me behind the evergreens. And to get to the bed behind the evergreens, he would go tromping through all my flowers. So I'm just not going to use straw anymore. It's just too hard to teach Paulo which straw is okay and which is not. I just love my Black & Decker hand cultivator here. Okay friends, so I've got the east side finished. I'm going to go in, I'm going to take a break, and then I'll come out this afternoon and probably work on the west side. So let's go take a break. Another thing you can do is you don't even have to sprinkle. Just cut out some seed heads like so, and then just stomp them into the dirt. This plant here is growing in on the other side, so we're going to have to go around the fence and cut it at the base. So let's go do that. Even though I did put down cardboard and wood chips, this weed seed found a way. It turned into a great big weed. There, got it. Yeah, yucky weed. Okay, so I was getting rid of that great big weed back there when my camcorder battery died. But as you can see, it's gone. And I was going to tell you guys about these winter green yews back here, or winter gem. They're winter gem yews. And I bought several one year and had them in a triangle shape, but they were just too thick that way. So this spring I came in and dug out two and moved them on down the fence row, and then bought some more to finish out the fence. And then this spring I also laid down cardboard. You see some of it still sticking out there, and then wood chips. So I did that early this spring, well, into May, I guess. But I didn't film it because I had left my camcorder back at the apartment, and I wanted to get it done. But anyway, here are the shrubs now, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about, this thing being on a hill. We're going to start up here at this end so you can see it better. So these are the new shrubs that I bought this spring. But anyway, so this was ground level up here, and it went down into a slope, okay, into and formed a hill down there at the west end. And for a while I gardened on the slope, but I decided to try to build the slope up. So as we go down, and you see the winter gem yews here planted, and these are the two that I transplanted, and they're looking a little yellow, but I've been adding some fertilizer to green them up. I think they'll be okay, because they've withstood the heat all summer long and they're still living. So I think they'll be okay by next spring. But these are the two that I transplanted from down there. And but you can see that the garden slopes here. If you look at that bottom 2x4 there, you'll see as it goes downhill, it slopes. This piece stays the same, but the ground slopes. And then down here, what we did was we just kept bringing in more dirt, and built this up. And then kind of made like, I think they're called berms, like a artificial hill up against that, kind of sloping naturally. And so then there are the rest of the winter greens. But yeah, so here's the east side. We're at the east end now, and I'm just going to walk you down the cottage garden here and just show you how much I've cleaned up today. So here's the top east, and then this is what I call my middle. Those are hick yews back there. They get taller. And then this is the west end. And I was able to get that back there cleaned up. It's looking good. And so I still have this side over here. I did take out some of the bigger, obvious weeds, but there's still a lot of grass down in there. But I'm kind of worn out, so I'm going to think I made a lot of progress today. Okay, family and friends, well, I got a lot done in the cottage garden today. I feel really good about it. Of course, it has a lot more work that needs to be done that I'll finish up this fall and bring you along for that. But for today, this is it. I hope you're enjoying these Vlog-tember videos. I know I've enjoyed doing them. So anyway, if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you want to know more about what's going on in my corner of the world, hit that subscribe button to Kim's Country Corner. And I will talk to you all later. Bye for now.